What's up, curious youngsters? Surely over the years, you've seen hundreds of movies, among which were several produced by Marvel and Disney, which are two studios known for leaving small and often hidden messages. We might notice this only after watching the movies multiple times. The animators work on these movies for years, and they like to add little details and references for fans like us to discover in the coming years. Die-hard fans scrutinize these movies closely, looking for anything unusual or eye-catching in the movie world that could inspire the next film. For example, when watching Pixar movies, we come across Dinoco or By and Large, which appear in almost every Pixar film. Also, the classic Pixar Planet truck, which makes an appearance in literally every Pixar movie except The Incredibles. We also can't forget the other Easter eggs, numbers, and codes that spark many Pixar theories and mysteries. That's why, and for so much more, these are 40 Pixar Easter eggs you probably never noticed. There's one in Finding Nemo that's a big tribute to The Shining and Jack Nicholson's performance. When Nemo and Dory are arguing and trying to figure out where to start looking for Nemo, suddenly the shark appears with the same entrance as Jack Nicholson in the iconic movie The Shining. When he axes the bathroom door, 2. Pixar Planet appears in Monster University. The Pixar Planet van is parked outside the first party at the Roar fraternity house at the university, which they attend. Mike and Sullivan, Three Bugs, and Monster Incorporated share the stage in the trailer where they hit Randall. Also, we can see that the van next to the trailer is not just any van, but a delivery van from Pixar Planet. 4. As I said before, the Pixar Planet van appears in almost every Pixar movie. In W-A-L-L-E, Eva, W-A-L-L-E's companion, goes to scan the engine of a Pixar Planet van in search of plant life shortly after her arrival on Earth. And then she goes to close the hood. 5. Our space captain. Buzz Lightyear appears in the dentist's office in Finding Nemo when Nemo is desperately looking for a way to escape the fish tank. In the dentist's office, there's a pirate chest with toys like planes and blocks, but if you look closely, you'll spot a Buzz Lightyear doll. 6. The Pixar Planet truck appears again, but this time in Cars 2. The truck is seen as a spectator along with other cars at the Radiator Springs Grand Prix 7. The actor John Ratzenberger has been in every Pixar movie voicing different characters. One example was Ham the Piggy Bank from Toy Story, the Flea from A Bug's Life, the Abominable Snowman from Monsters, Inc., the School of Fish in Finding Nemo, and the Underminer from The Incredibles. For example, did he voice Mackie too? The truck transports Lightning McQueen in Cars and also voiced Bloat in Finding Nemo. Meanwhile, as the fish try to escape from the dentist's office, a big truck gets in Gil's way. If you look closely, that's the Pixar Planet truck on Route 9. Continuing with the Pixar Planet truck, no one knows why there's so much affection for it. This truck is going to appear in the house of the Brave Witch, where it's carved into a piece of wood, along with other characters from other Pixar movies like 10 in W-A-L-L-E. There were endless possibilities for Pixar animators to put different toys and characters from other movies among all the trash that was there. Several Toy Story characters will appear. For example, the dinosaur Rex is behind bowling pins in W-A-L-L-E's house. You can also see Barbie's car, cones from Toy Story 2, and Ham the Pig. When Eva visits W-A-L-L-E's house, the Pixar Planet truck is parked beside the A Bug's Life trailer. This is seen when one bug warns another against touching the insecticide. Several Pixar Planet cups also appear in various places, like the bar in A Bug's Life 12. Bob the dog from Up appears as a shadow in Ratatouille. When Remy, the main rat, moves through a house and escapes the dog by going through various holes. 13 at the end of Toy Story 2, while the credits roll and some extra scenes are shown. The ant and caterpillar from A Bug's Life talk on a leaf until Buzz Lightyear interrupts. Flick also appears in A Bug's Life credits. Before taking off, he says Buzz Lightyear's famous line, "To infinity and beyond." 14. When the Incredibles and Frozone battle the Omnidroid. In the city, a car representing Doug Hudson from Cars is parked among other cars in the background. 15. At the Piston Cup racetrack. In Cars, a Pixar Planet truck appears, but this time it's not just a car, it's a character, since it has eyes and a mouth, which is very, very strange. Although they probably did it so it would match the rest of the cars. 16. In the movie A Bug's Life, there's a sign for the Lion King musical, imitating the classic Broadway stage in New York City. Also, the Lion King musical exists in real life and is one of the most successful shows on Broadway. 17. The Incredibles appear on a movie theater sign in Cars 2, but the funniest thing is that the name is adapted to the world of Cars. Instead of The Incredibles, the movie is called The Incredimobiles 18. The characters from Monster Incorporated, Sullivan and Mike, appear in Cars, but not as monsters. Instead, they appear as cars in a movie that's shown in a theater. This scene was so wild that later, Mike and Sullivan's cars showed up in many car video games, making it feel special. 19. The Pixar Planet truck reappears, but is much better hidden this time and can be glimpsed crossing the bridge over the Seine River. When Skinner chases Remy in Ratatouille, 20, and in Finding Nemo, the little fish from the fishermen are seen hanging in the dentist's office. They also appear several times in Monsters, Inc., first in Boo's room, and again when Sullivan gets scared seeing Boo. He runs to the bathroom with the little fish on his head and tries to flush them down the toilet. 21. Some Toy Story characters and objects will appear in Monsters, Inc., like Andy's room wallpaper seen when Randall practices camouflaging, or during a bonus scene. As Mike and Sullivan walk to work, they cross a street by Rex's huge leg, who roars and stomps. 22. We also see that Toy Story mixes with Monsters Incorporated. When Boo returns to her room at the end, and the ball is about to appear, Jessie, the cowgirl, and Nemo, and the girl is going to give it to Sullivan. 23. There are major references to action movies. The scene where Frozone and Bob are in a jewelry store after rescuing people from a fire, and there's a police officer pointing a gun at them. It refers to the Die Hard scene where Samuel Jackson is held at gunpoint by a police officer while using a phone. 24. A car version of the Gusteau restaurant from Ratatouille is going to appear in Cars 2. In Paris, you can see a car version of the Gusteau restaurant called Gasteau in the background of the scene. A postcard of Carl and Ellie Fredrickson from UP will appear in Toy Story 3. Among the papers and notes pinned in Andy's room, one postcard says Carl and Ellie Fredrickson. 26. The famous Pixar Luxo ball is going to appear in the Incredibles short film called Jack Jack Attack. 27. The movie WALLE offers endless ways to place other characters in various background scenes. Although it's dark, you can see Mike Wazowski at the tip of an antenna in the junk. 28. The famous and mysterious code A113 appears in Monsters University when Sullivan opens a classroom door, where we can see A113 at the top of the right door. 29. Maybe one of the hardest details or Easter eggs to spot for any normal person was this one, where the main characters from the movie Brave appear as old cars in a painting. In Cars 230, the technology apple appears in a Pixar movie. In Cars, a car with the Apple logo and number 84 appears during a race, which refers to the release date of the first Apple computer, Macintosh, in 1984. 31. In A Bug's Life, the cars transporting all Flea Circus members are named after Dumbo's train. These are empty Casey Jr. cookies boxes, named after Casey Jr., the train from Dumbo that carried the circus. 32. Lotso the bear appears in the app as the house with balloons begins to rise, and it's shown from the room of a girl who was playing with a plane. If we look closely to the left, we can see Lotso the bear lying there. 33. Bomb Voyage, the explosive villain from The Incredibles, appears as a mime, not a criminal, on a Paris bridge in Ratatouille. 34. In Toy Story, when they take Buzz Lightyear apart to try to fix him and get him out of demo mode to put him back the way he was before, we see that the batteries this toy uses are by and large brand batteries, which is the company that appears as the main one in Wall-E. 35. In Toy Story, Andy's mom stops to refuel at a Dino brand gas station, which comes from Cars. In the scene where Woody and Buzz, after fighting, end up getting left behind and then get into a truck from our friends at Pizza Planet. 36. In the scene where Buzz has a rocket taped to him, Sid, the brat. We see that the tools Sid uses are in a toolbox from the brand Binford Tools. And this is a reference to the company that sponsors Tool. The home improvement team, featuring Tim Allen, who also voices Buzz Lightyear. 37. Boo is going to appear in Toy Story 3, according to several experts on conspiracy theories. All of that? The girl seen in Sony's eye in Toy Story 3 is actually Boo from Monsters, Inc., just older. 38. The opening of Toy Story 3 contains several references between Toy Story and Cars. The runaway train's engine is numbered 95, referencing Lightning McQueen's number and the year the first Toy Story came out. A wooden Lightning McQueen-style car and a boy appear in the daycare. In Sony's eye, he wears a shirt with a 95 and lightning bolt, clearly referencing Lightning McQueen. 39. The Pizza Planet truck will keep appearing, and in this case it appears in Nap, where we see it parked in the parking lot. When Carl, Russell, and Doug pause for ice cream with the airship. At the end of the movie, in Monsters Incorporated, the Pizza Planet truck appears again. At the moment when the country mother hits Randall with a shovel, maybe one of the funniest and most iconic scenes of this monstrous movie. Before I leave, let me greet the subscribers. First, a huge shout out to Lisa Chan for being very active in the channel's recent video. Big thanks to Gabriela Nunez, whom I missed last time and couldn't greet. I appreciate your support in the comments. Shout out to Lucix Gamer, one of the channel's oldest subscribers. Another shout out to San Jose, who subscribed a couple of days ago. Then another shout out to Fernandflu. After that, a big shout out to Joaquin Lobos. Lastly, shout out to Diego Ron for becoming the top subscriber recently and always commenting. Another shout out to Nicole, who's new to the channel, and the last shout out as well, a big shout out and welcome to Carlos de Carla, who joined the channel. I hope you liked it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Comment anything, absolutely anything you want. Don't forget to share the channel and the videos with your friends. So there are more and more of us every time. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you already did, click the bell so you don't miss any new videos. I'm Zencruosity.